Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to News Channel 5 Plus. Right now, an investigation is underway after more than a dozen inmates attacked 3 guards at a prison in Hickman County, and one of those guards was taken hostage. News Channel 5's Dan Kennedy at Vanderbilt, where those guards are being treated this morning. And Dan, we understand they had some pretty serious injuries.
They are very serious injuries, 2 of them in critical condition, 1 of them stable here at Vanderbilt, and we should get another update on their condition a little later today. All 3 of them had to be flown here via life force after this assault occurred yesterday afternoon. It started about 4 o'clock at the Turney Center Industrial Complex in Hickman County. I'm told that there were 16 prisoners involved. They essentially took over their pod where they're all located, and that's when the assault took place on these 3 guards. 2 of them were able to get away, and then of course they were immediately flown here to Vanderbilt. But there was a 3rd guard who was taken hostage by the prisoners. It's unclear exactly what went down in between the hours from about 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. But we do know the Tennessee Department of Corrections Special Operations Unit was called in to help de-escalate the situation. They were able to regain control, and all of the inmates involved were immediately moved to a maximum security facility. But that brings us to now. Doctors again still working on all 3 corrections officers behind me at Vanderbilt, as the Tennessee Department of Corrections is back at this prison this morning asking the questions like, how did this happen and how can we prevent this from happening again? Reporting live this morning from Vanderbilt, Dan Kennedy, News Channel 5.
Dan, thanks so much. And happening now, the search continues for a suspected killer.
Metro police are telling us Tyrone Dunlap shot a 21-year-old man to death over the weekend in East Nashville during an argument. Investigators say Dunlap killed Robert Westmoreland IV Saturday at the Edge Hill Apartments along Shelby Avenue. Dunlap, who is in a relationship, by the way, with the victim's aunt, shot Westmoreland after the 21-year-old shoved him. Police say that Dunlap was convicted of second-degree murder as a teenager back in 1988. Call Crime Stopper 615-74-CRIME if you have any idea where Dunlap may be. Happening right now, police investigating a shooting that happened outside of a Hopkinsville nightclub. The New Era says it happened early yesterday morning at PJ's nightclub. After a fight broke out, investigators say 1 man was shot in the leg, the other man hurt in the chest. Officials believe it was a beanbag gun that was fired by security on the guy that was hit in the chest. Both men went to the hospital. It's unclear if anybody is going to be facing any charges.
New this morning, Kentucky State Police are investigating a deadly house fire in Lyon County. Happened yesterday on Lake Barkley Drive in Catawba. Once firefighters got the blaze out, they found Patricia Haas's body inside. The fire is believed to be to blame for her death, but officials are waiting on an autopsy today just to be sure. Investigators do not suspect foul play. And fire crews were busy over the weekend in the mid-state. The Millersville Fire Department responded to a blaze in an office building located at an explosive storage facility Saturday. Thankfully, those explosives were on another location on the property, and they were never in any danger. Fire crews were able to get the blaze put out, but the building was heavily damaged.
Happening right now, police are asking for your help. They're trying to track down the driver behind the wheel during a deadly hit and run. Ada Abdel Sayed was crossing Hamilton Church Road when she was trying to get to St. Pishoy Coptic Orthodox Church Saturday morning. She was struck. Police say she was not in the crosswalk. The driver stopped for just a moment before then taking off again. The vehicle that hit her was a small black sedan with Tennessee tags. Call Crime Stoppers 615-74-CRIME if you know who may have been driving that car. And a Tennessee Highway Patrol trooper recovering after this serious crash. Wow, this is in Hardin County. The trooper expected to be all right, though. Happened near Morris Chapel yesterday afternoon. The only car involved was that SUV there belonging to the trooper. As soon as we learn what happened in that crash, we can update the story for you.
Happening today, 2 men charged with murdering a fellow Fort Campbell soldier are set to face a judge. You may remember Shadow McLean disappeared last year, and her remains were found off I-24 in Robertson County months later. Sergeant Jamal Williams McCrae, McLean's ex-husband, and Specialist Charles Robinson are charged with kidnapping, conspiracy, and premeditated murder. They're going to appear before a judge at Fort Campbell this morning in about a half an hour. A man accused of raping a woman near Belmont is also expected to make a court appearance today. Jason Williams is charged with especially aggravated rape, aggravated kidnapping, and aggravated robbery. Police say the victim woke up to find a man with a sharp object standing over her before he sexually assaulted her. She says he later forced her to withdraw money from an ATM and then dropped him off in South Nashville. Williams will be in court at 9:15 this morning. We will have a crew there. Check NewsChannel5.com for updates. And this week marks the 6th anniversary of Holly Bobo's disappearance. The nursing student disappeared from her home in Darden on April 13, 2011. She was last seen alive by her brother walking into the woods with a man wearing camouflage. Her remains were found 3 years later. Zach Adams, his brother Dylan, and Jason Autry were all arrested in 2014 for her kidnapping and murder. Adams' trial is expected to begin July 10th, and jury selection began last week.